Hey guys, for the most part this video is going to be very unscripted because I'm answering your questions and I feel like if I script them out before I answer them it sounds pretty fake. So you're just gonna have to deal with me maybe saying a lot or whatever. Hopefully I'll fix that in editing. As I said, this episode will be mostly unscripted. Now, I know I haven't been uploading, I've been balancing my life of work, baby, and videos, but it's hard sometimes, especially when I'm recording and I don't have Chummy Bee at home because Chummy Bee would be at work and I'm on baby duty and baby would fall asleep and you're like, yes, it's the best time to record right now. So I get in there, start recording, he starts crying or he'll start cooing in the background, which is really cute, but then the whole video all you hear is like so yeah, he's trying to talk now and he's 2 months and 3 weeks old. Time goes really fast, so I'm trying to enjoy him as well. So I'm trying to balance everything all out, but don't think I forgot about this channel because I definitely didn't. I have some big plans for the future, so just stay tuned with me. Alright, so as you know, this video is my question and answers video. But before I get into answering your questions that I did pull from some of the videos from the past as well, because hey, mama ain't that popular on YouTube yet, so she don't get all the comments in one video. So I took some from the past to answer that you guys may have still been looking for an answer for. So yeah. Oh, and guess what? I have some excellent news. After this video is released, I'm going to have Steven Universe week. I have 3 new theories for Steven Universe and they're going to release on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. Yes. So if this video is out before a Monday, expect that Monday to start off Steven Universe week with theory, and on the Wednesday and on the Friday. And then once that week passes by, I'm gonna have a Disney video for you guys. And I'm hoping I'll have 3 Disney videos for you, but I don't want to make that promise just yet. The theory videos are done and they're ready to go. One Disney video you guys been waiting for is ready, and guess what? It's about my husband's college program, so I finally got that done and ready to upload as well. There's 2 other videos I've been working on for Disney. I'm just not quite sure that they'll be done in time. I'm hoping they will be, that I'll be able to release 3 Disney videos and have a Disney week as well, but we'll just have to see what the time that is allotted to me before that week shows up. But the Steven Universe week is definitely happening. That one Disney video, regardless of the other 2 videos not being completed yet, will be going up. So I hope you guys enjoy all these new videos that will be coming your way soon. Alright, enough with that. Let's get with the questions we got here. And my first question is from Hush. She comments on a lot of videos. Hi Hush! Question for the Q&A. Do you watch Adventure Time and are you sad for the finale? Because I am, and would you ever do a face reveal? I'm not one that's actually obsessed with Adventure Time. I can watch it if it's on the TV, and it's not like I don't like it. It just doesn't pique my interest as much. When it was like Adventure Time and regular show, I always watched regular show over Adventure Time because I felt more connected to regular show, as weird as that is. But I'm not saying Adventure Time was bad. I think it was just a little too, I don't want to say immature for me, because that's definitely not true because I watch a lot of cartoons, but I don't know, it just lacked a little something that would definitely drag me into the episodes to watch loyally, if that makes any sense. See, this is what happens when I don't have a script. Anyway, and the other part was, would you ever do a face reveal? And I saw a couple of you asking this question. And right now, I'm not going to do a face reveal, but I will eventually down the line. But don't worry, eventually you guys will maybe see my face. It's not much to look at, so don't get too excited. Alright, next. And the next one is from Cakeabod. What is your favorite Steven Universe episode? Ooh, good question. I think my favorite episode has to be We Need to Talk. It just said a lot about Greg's character and Rose, and it shows how a relationship can be complicated between 2 people, because when you're just having fun, a relationship is great, but then when you hit that wall of like, okay, it's starting to get serious now, what do we do? And seeing how 2 people deal with seriousness of relationships, it really shows really good between Rose and Greg. It was just a really deep episode without really saying too much. It was more of the characters showing it. Just seeing that episode from now and from my aspects of it from before, it will always be a favorite of mine. Next question. How long does it generally take to make a video? It takes a long time because I'm moving these characters, and it may not seem like I move them a lot like a lot of other animators who have more flow to their animations, which I don't really like to call myself an animator because I'm not really doing what an animator would do. It's more like, I know moving pictures is animation, but it's more like just literally me moving a little bit of pictures and making the presence of movement show, which isn't really animation in my book because I don't take the time to do every single like line movement because I'm more of a designer than I am of a animator, but I want to show movement in my stories to convey what I'm trying to talk about. I know it's complicated, but it takes a lot of time to do that. And not just that, but then you're trying to think of a storyline. So you have to put the storyline together and make it compelling in a way, because I like to put humor in my videos, and if I just sat here and rambled in front of my microphone, it would sound like this. So I have to make a script, and then I have to make the props for it, then put it all together, because I use Adobe Illustrator for that, and that's how I usually animate. And for my more like smoother animations, I use Adobe Flash. So it does take a lot of time. I combine that all and then put it into Adobe Premiere, and then I have to combine everything together with the sound effects, my voice, clipping it up. So it could take anywhere from a week or two for that for me, unless I really sit down and work super hard. I can get it done in maybe like 4 days. My question: what is your current job at Disney? You said you were still working for Disney. What is it like being a part-timer versus a college programmer? Well, funny story, I don't work at Disney anymore. I actually left Disney for Universal. The last time I was working at Disney, I was working at the confectionery. It was fun, but it wasn't something I really enjoyed doing. The problem with the confectionery was you didn't just get the confectionery, you also got like the jewelry shop, the Uptown Jewelers next door, and that was the most boring job in my life, like I stated in my one college program video. But the cast members still were terrible over there for the most part. Not everyone. I did meet a few wonderful friends over there, so I just couldn't stand being there anymore. I never wanted to go. I found myself calling in all the time and picking up shifts at Universal instead. The management team was absolutely terrible except for one woman. I'm not going to say her name though, but she is absolutely amazing. She worked at the Emporium with me, and then she worked over there at the confectionery, so she was the only thing that was really keeping me going while I was there, because the other people in management wasn't that great. So yeah, I left Disney. And your second part was, what is it like being a part-timer versus a college programmer? It's not too different from being a college programmer, other than like you're not giving all your money back to Disney from staying in their dorms, and you're not worked to the bone like a college programmer, because when you're in part-time, you just get like 25 hours, where a college programmer, you can get like 40 plus hours, but make no overtime. Yeah, that stuff is fun. They don't give college programmers overtime, so you can never get double the money. It just is the same amount of money, and half of it goes back to them anyway, so it don't even matter. I know there's like a respect type of thing with the full-timers and the college programmers for the most part. Where I worked, I never really saw a divide between the two. Like, people would be like, oh, there's college programmers again. And being a part-timer, I kind of felt that way when the college programmers would come in, because a lot of them didn't take their program seriously. Like, it's still a job that you're doing, and I understand it's you came down for fun, to get Disney on your resume. You don't show up to work drunk and loudmouth and expect everyone else to do work for you because you're just a college programmer and you're gonna leave in a month or two anyway. So I can understand from like a part-time, full-timers point of view on college programmers, and they do take all the hours from the full-timers and the part-timers as well. So that's another big issue. But other than that, like, there's nothing too different about it. How does your life change with being an animator? P.S. Congrats on the baby. Thank you. Well, being an animator, like I stated before, I don't really consider myself an animator, but my life does change because it's fun being able to share my stories of my life with you guys and helping others that may be going through some things that I've already went through. So, like, I just always want to tell you guys, the pain goes away, and there's people that come in and out of your life, and being able to share these stories and help someone think that way, because it's really hard to think that way, especially when you're in the moment. You're like, I can't find someone else like that person. I really love that person. My best friend was amazing. I can't find another friend like that. It's easy to think that way, and I just want you to know you're not alone, and we all make it through it. There's always something better waiting for you. So I changed in a way from being an animator because I want to help inspire others and help others. That's the main point of my channel. I do want to reach out to those who may have been feeling the way I felt, and yeah. I just want to say you're not alone. What other questions do we got here? Can you do more old cartoons from the 90s? I can do that. I did do a video about the 90s and the cartoons that I've watched and things like that. I'm thinking about doing maybe commercials from the 90s, or the next topic I would probably do is Nickelodeon from the 90s, because surprisingly Nickelodeon was the biggest part of my childhood growing up. And now working at Universal, I kind of stare at the Blue Man Group building, because that was the old Nick Studios back in the day, and I just feel very empty inside, and I'm very angry, because I remember after all the cartoons would end, they would show the Nickelodeon studio with the slime cannon coming out from Universal Studios. All of that and a lot of things were taped there, and I always wanted to go there, but my parents were like, Universal, that's full of roller coasters, we're not going there, we're going to stay at Disney, we don't like roller coasters. So I never got to go to Universal or see the Nickelodeon studio, which now hurts my soul more than you could ever know. And when I go there, I just kind of stand there and stare in sadness. I was thinking about doing a video like that too. I was thinking of reaching out to some people in Universal and seeing if I can make a video about the Nickelodeon studios. I have to be a little careful when it comes to Universal, so I'm going to see if I can get any insight even from them and see if it's okay to do a video on that. So if you're interested in the Nickelodeon studio and some 90s things on that, please let me know down in the comments and I'll proceed with that idea that I have. Congrats! How's the cats been handling their new baby brother? Thank you, Jenna Coleman. The cat's been great. If anything, they're more scared of the baby than the baby is of them. So when the cats go up to them, they'll like sniff the baby, and like the baby like is very active. He loves kicking his feet. So right away he'll start like making cooing noises and kicking his feet, and they'll run away. But Jenny's been the one that's been actually going up to him, which surprises me. Jenny's more of the type that's like, I'm gonna sit in the corner and not be bothered by anybody. But she's been like going up to him and licking his feet because she's weird. They had a cat, and they had to give the cat away because the cat kept sitting on her face as a baby when she was in the crib, and I was like, oh god, oh, my cats don't do that. So they respect his like little personal bubble, so they get close to him and then they leave him alone. What's your favorite letter? I'm guessing you want me to say G because your name is G. I don't know what type of question this is, but that's okay. I don't think I have a favorite letter. Let's go with A, because A is in everything and it makes everything sound awesome, except for my username on YouTube. But next question! I'm so confused. Her parents were physically and verbally abusive, yet in later videos they seem okay. They're okay after abusing their daughter like this? Okay, I got this question on a video a while back from Jessie May, and she does comment on a lot of my videos, so hey girl, what's up? I did want to address this elephant in the room because I did respond to her on my video, but I just figured a lot of people might be confused after watching my tomorrow video and then going into my other videos and seeing that my parents are present and they have a different attitude. So I basically want to say my piece on this. So, growing up, my parents were really physically and mentally abusive. They would, it was mostly my mother. She would constantly say she wanted to put me up for adoption. She would, throw me on the bed as a baby when I wouldn't shut up crying. She would hit me whenever I would get home. She would always get constantly mad about everything and anything. Like, I remember going up to her when I was younger and I wanted to play a game of checkers with her. Like, I was constantly wanted to try to build a relationship with my mother that I never had, because it really upset me as a child. I would see other friends of mine from school going to their mothers and they always look so happy and they look warm and welcoming, while my mom was just kind of like, okay, here I am, I'm here to pick you up because I have to. And I would go home and she'd basically tell me to lock myself in my room and not come out till dinner was ready. So when I would come out and play something with her or ask to play, she would be like, can you get out of my face? Can you see I'm busy right now? She always never wanted anything to do with me. She would call me every name in the book, try to make me feel like a lesser person than myself. A lot of times I would lock myself in my closet in my room crying. But she was going through therapy, and I know she had a hard time with my grandmother. My grandmother actually hit her with like an iron skillet and almost broke her ankle when she was younger, and she was constantly the black sheep out of her brother and her sister. She was the middle child, so she had a lot going on. My dad, he was just always very angry all the time, and my mom was a big source of that, because whenever he would come home, she would always pick a fight with him about something. And to direct his anger, she would say, oh, Pinkley knocked the vase over and broke it when I didn't do it. And he would come in and hit me, and she would get pleasure from seeing that, which is something upsetting. But now as we go older, she got worse. But then when I went to college, I guess she realized, oh, I can't put my hands on her anymore. And I wanted to go to college with my friends. In my one video that you saw with Anne, they wound up coming too, and they got an apartment there, so I stayed with them instead of paying for dorming, because dorming's a lot of money. So my dad, he chilled out with age pretty much, and my mom, I think she basically was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so she would be one way one minute and another way the next. And whenever I would confront her about any issue, she'd always say she don't remember doing any of that stuff. And she says the same thing to my brothers, who my one brother doesn't talk to her anymore, and my other brother just came back into our lives not long ago, but he doesn't really want anything to do with her either, but he wants to mend ties because he says he doesn't want that on his conscience anymore. And that's basically how I feel, because my parents are old. My mom is 64, my dad is 71, and my dad, he did apologize for everything that went on when I was younger, and he said he did do that, and he acknowledges it, and he wants to move on in a more positive way, so I welcome that. My dad, he's amazing. He does everything for me and my husband and my son. He is a wonderful grandfather, and my mom, as much as like she tries, she still picks fights with me and says things in a very downward way of trying to make me feel like a terrible person, but I'm just trying to overlook it, because I know if, like, she's not in the best of health right now, and if something ever were to happen to her and I just stopped talking to her just because of the mental abuse that she does put me through, I would never forgive myself, and I would put myself through even worse mental trauma. So that's why they're still in my videos, and they're still around to this day, and they do take care of my son, and she's a good grandmother to my son. It's just she wasn't the best mother and still isn't, but she's still around, and it's gonna be like that because I want to be a good daughter even though she couldn't be a good mother. My hair is cut pretty short right now. Do you know how they feel about short hair or wigs? This is Sydney Meadows, and she's talking about Disney. Disney will allow short hair on girls. It's totally fine as long as you have a natural hair color and it's brushed and it looks neat. As long as it's not like shaved. You can't have like a shaved head on one side and then have, you know, hair growing down the other side. It has to be all like one consistent length. If you're gonna shave your head, you have to shave everything. But they do allow pixie cuts. Wigs, they do allow wigs as long as it's natural looking. No pink wigs, no purple wigs, no wigs with like crazy highlights or anything like that. It has to be like all like brown hair, black hair, blonde hair. It has to be all one solid color, just nothing, like no color that a human being cannot have without dyeing their hair, pretty much. Katie Snyder X, I have my septum pierced. When I flip it into my nose, it isn't noticeable at all. Would this be an issue or something I mentioned? Yes, I would mention that immediately, because the problem with that is I knew a few girls that had their septum pierced and they would flip it inside so you couldn't see it, but the problem was that a manager caught one of them having that inside their nose, and so they got pulled into the office and they got written up because one, they didn't disclose when they got hired that they had their septum pierced, and they just found out about it now, and two, they said that she couldn't have something that would be flipped inside the nose, even though a few of them did and they got away with it, and she got caught because they said spacers aren't allowed, but she put a spacer in her nose anyway. I think that helped. I'm not completely sure, but I know she put something clear through the nose so that like you couldn't notice it. They will tell you what to do on the phone most likely when you have your interview. Just got accepted for Spring Advantage 2019 in merchandise. Oh, congratulations, Brian. Not exactly my ideal role, but thank you for the info. Any tips about going in with an open mind? Absolutely, in my opinion. So when I went for my first college program, I went for merchandise as one of my first choices because that was something I was already comfortable with because I worked at Target. So I was used to merchandise. Only reason why it was my top choice, because I was like, I can do that. I don't really know what attractions is or like character attendant or anything like that. I didn't really want to go outside my bubble. So I got merchandise. And then in my next program, I got attractions. I wanted to go back to merchandise so bad. With merchandise, since you're gonna be in the college program, you're most likely gonna be in one of the bigger shops. Most likely. Some people do get the smaller shops, but mostly I see people going to like Mouse Gears and Epcot or like the Emporium and Magic Kingdom. I'm not sure what the big shop is in Animal Kingdom. I really don't know much about Animal Kingdom, to be honest. It's my least favorite part, so I don't really care about it. In Hollywood Studio, I believe it's stars a Mickey or Mickey, something something Mickey. Mickey's a Hollywood. Maybe that's what it's called. But regardless, they go to the bigger shops. And I enjoyed it a lot, because with merchandise you get a lot more freedom in what you can do other than in attractions, because in attractions you have to worry about like safety rules, and in merchandise you can pretty much roam around and do what you want. Something I really enjoyed doing, because I got to talk to the guests and they were more happy when they were in the merchandise shops, because they weren't really expecting much from you other than to get them like a Mickey shirt that wasn't out. When you're in merchandise, there's a lot less pressure, unlike in attractions or another role, because like character attendants, oh my god, do they get chewed out so much. They have to cut off the line sometimes. They get a lot of stuff. You could replace that with a different word. And attractions, you get the mass majority, I would say, of stuff, because the attractions is what people want to ride on, and when you have a long wait line, it's your fault, of course. Everything's your fault. It's your fault that they didn't get there in time. It's your fault that the ride is closed. It's your fault that the ride broke down. Like, all that stuff, it just weighs on you, and you get yelled at constantly for it, not only by the guests, but you get yelled at a lot by the managers. Not a fun time. So when it came to merchandise, a lot of managers never came out on the floor, so we didn't really have to worry about them. They were always up in their office. And when they did come out on the floor, they would just like smile and wave at you and walk through the store. Like, they were just making sure the store was clean. Merchandise, definitely keep an open mind. It was a lot of fun for me. I was excited. I would definitely do merchandise again for a college program. Dear Pinkley, why did you leave Disney? Hi, Wonder Mermaids. You're on a lot of my videos. It's nice to see you. Why did you leave Disney? That's a loaded question. The magic was seeped out from my job for me, because from 2014 to 2017, Disney changed drastically with cast members. Anyone will notice it if you go to the park. The cast members are just not happy anymore. If you go to any cast member, they're pretty much like, get out of my freaking face, I don't want anything to do with you. And that's pretty much anywhere in the park you can go to. Like, of course, there's still a few that are really happy and they're probably just new, but cast members get treated like dirt. And I'm not even scared to say that. Cast members get treated like dirt. The management don't care about you. You're constantly reminded that you're just a number, because hey, if you leave, someone else is going to replace you, because Disney has a great reputation until you start working for it, because who's not going to want to work for Disney if you don't know the dark side of it? And you have all these college programmers coming in, so they could just take your spot easily, just shove all these college programmers in your position. So if they lose you, it's not really like a, oh my god kind of thing. Then they let you know that they really don't care if you leave or not. And it's just getting so toxic to the point where like cast members were at each other's throats with each other. The management always made it feel like you were going into a jail cell when you're going to work, and the coordinators at my last job were just awful people. They were awful people, and I don't even know how they even got to be coordinators. They were just terrible, awful people. One of them was super racist. Like, my one really good manager that came from the Emporium over to the confectionery that I was at, oh my goodness, she is the sweetest manager, one of the sweetest, most brightest people you could meet, but of course she meant no nonsense. If you did something you weren't supposed to do, she would tell you. But she was very sweet and very understanding, and she'd be always there for you. These coordinators, I guess, did not like her for whatever reason, because she was from the west side of the street. Whenever she would talk, like, she had a heavy Spanish accent. They would make fun of her when she would leave the room. They're like, oh, I can't even understand what she's saying, blah, 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 blah. And I thought that was very disrespectful and disgusting. And I never said anything because I didn't want to get in a whole, like, battle with that type of issue, but it made the workforce very uncomfortable, because we're in Florida and half the people that are around you are gonna be Hispanic. I mean, it is what it is. It was just like, you always felt like you were walking on eggshells. You could get fired for anything over there. Like, immediately, oh, you touched the door handle the wrong way, you're fired. That's basically how it felt. Universal, when I went to Universal, I was much more happier over there. It was more relaxed. My management team was amazing. They always made you feel welcome. She would always bake stuff or like bring stuff in for the team, and would always constantly tell the team that she loves us and that she cares and she's there. And they were always there on site too, in this little room, so you can never not run into management, and they were always there for you. So that's why I left Disney. It wasn't welcoming, and it didn't feel like home anymore like it did for my other two, well, my first college program, because my second college program, it was kind of getting that way. So you could feel the shift in Disney changing. Sherry says, what software video editor do you use? So I use a lot of different programs. I use Adobe Premiere for editing my whole video together. For the other programs that I use to like animate, kind of like I said, I don't really like using the word animate my pictures. I use Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop as well as Adobe Flash. So everything I use is Adobe because that's what I learned in school. Yep, those are the programs I use. Moving on. I think this person meant, why did you even do the Disney college program? The reason I did the Disney college program was because I did want to work for the Disney company. My dream was to work for Disney Creative, but every time I would meet with someone, they'd be like, yeah, we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you get into there. Your portfolio looks amazing. Yes, we're gonna get you in there. Everything looks great. Like, everyone always told me this over and over and over. Kept hitting walls everywhere. But that was basically why I joined, because I did want to work my way up with the Disney company, because I actually really love and I still love and care for the Disney company. And I hope once they shift, I hope they can bring that aura of cast members matter, like magic is real, like all that type of stuff back, so that the cast members are happy again and like everyone is treated fairly. I would absolutely jump right back into the Disney company and try to work my way back up again. But that was the reason why I did the Disney college program. I did want to get my feet wet so I can work my way up and get to my dreams. So that's why I did that. Well guys, those were my answers to your questions, and this was my very unscripted video. As you can tell, I'm gonna have to edit this a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, I do want you to realize, which you probably already did, I'm going through a lot of updates for my channel. This channel is going to be going through some artistic updates. I'm starting to get annoyed with my videos because I'm like looking at them, and some of them obviously are older, and I'm like, man, I can do so much better than that. So I wanted to up the ante a bit with my drawings, and so I'm starting to use Flash to create some animated backgrounds that I could use because it fits my style better than me grabbing one from the internet. So I'm starting to do my own background, so it's going to take a little more time for videos, but I want videos to look even more better each time I pump them out, because I want you guys to know I do care about this channel. I do care about the future of this channel. I want to keep moving forward, and I want to get more interactive on Twitter. But every time I go on Twitter, I'm like, what do I tweet about? I feel like such an old lady. Like, I'm just kind of like, yay, I'm on Twitter. Should I just put that on Twitter? Because I never really know what to do. I don't want to keep posting random stupid things either, because who's gonna care? Like, we go on there and check my Twitter feed, and it's like, had a muffin this morning. Or I should get more real and be like, hey, I have no money this week, gonna make no rent, hashtag. But no, I just don't know what to put on there. So hopefully you guys can help me out with Twitter. You could help me think of things maybe that I could post on there. If there's something you guys would be interested in, like an update or something that would be a Twitter update about something that I do on there, that would make it more interesting, because I do want to engage you guys in there, and I still want you to be involved, because this channel is for everybody, and I want my subscribers, my supporters, you guys, to have your hand in this channel, to say what this channel is going to be and what it's going to do, because I want it to be interactive. I want you guys to feel a part of it. I want Pinkly Bee to be every bee. Yeah, I'm William. Okay, I'm going to stop talking, but if you have any questions or like ways to interact on Twitter down below, please let me know, and I'll probably start doing that to see what you guys are interested in. Alright, I gotta run. I gotta take care of my baby, and I'm gonna finish up those other videos for you guys. Hope to see you in the next one, and thank you for being so understanding. Love you guys, and remember, Steven Universe Week is gonna be coming out on the Monday after this video. I have my pregnancy video is gonna be going out soon as well. It might come out right the day after this video comes out, so if it still lands on a Monday, I might still put it out with the Steven Universe video, or I'll put it up the next day, because it's supposed to be Steven Universe Week. Okay, enough of that. But Steven Universe Week with those 3 videos will be coming out. After that week, it's going to be all about my husband's college program. That's out and ready to go. Then I have 2 other Disney videos I am working on. I'm going to try to get them out for you, and I have some other video surprises in store for you guys as well. I'm going to try to do my very best to keep up with everything and get you guys those videos you've been asking for. See you soon. Bye!